Let's talk Ja, the elephant in the room. In this interview, this snippet here was really cringe to me. I couldn't even make it through the whole thing. I get the gist, but it seems incredibly forced, insincere. He doesn't really answer the question. We get it. We're trying to clear his name.
You at the spot, Shotgun Willie's. I've been there. You are holding a gun, and we both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun were you holding?
Well, the gun wasn't mine. It's not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence.
So Ja Morant is a human highlight film. I mean, we would see a Ja clip on House Highlights or Sports Center or whatever every single night. It didn't seem like they were trying to force Ja on us like they kind of did with LaMelo Ball, or maybe they do with LeBron all the time. Legitimately, every single night he does something otherworldly. He makes an incredible athletic play. There's really nobody like him, at least presently in the NBA. We can compare him to certain people, but he's kind of his own guy, and it's really important for the NBA that he maintains a superstar status. It's also extremely important to Memphis and the Memphis Grizzlies, what this guy has done with this franchise, the career he could have, and the glory he could bring to Memphis. Certainly untapped potential, especially for a guy who is already one of the great slashers that we have seen at the point guard position ever, without really any sort of a jump shot. So if he can improve that area of his game, I mean, the sky is the limit for him if he's really just going to hone in and work on his weaknesses, because he is such a great player even with tangible weaknesses. We can talk about the defense too, leadership qualities maybe, but the guy obviously has some of the tools and still so young, which gives him a lot of promise to get past this and ensure that this is just a misstep like this year. And I'm not just talking about this incident. I know this is the incident that got all the press, but man, all the press about Ja Morant, if you really read into it, I mean, now we're talking about it more, but even before the gun stuff happened, I mean, we're thinking about the entourage pulling up on the Pacers with the laser, or pulling up on a Foot Locker employee, or chin checking a 17-year-old kid. It felt like there was a minute right before the gun incident, just like building up to the climax that was that incident that everybody freaked out about. Like every day there was a new report. And I think with the gun strip club incident, that's what really broke to the surface of national media attention, where like people who even weren't super NBA heads, everybody knew about this. Like everybody knows Ja Morant at this point for this. And so the NBA is going to do everything within his power. They are going to pull every string possible to make sure that this guy's image is squeaky clean, that none of this dumb shit happens again. Sure, he's probably gonna have a couple fuck ups, just knowing who he is at this point. But the guy, listen, my advice for the man, just stay off of social media. As far as I can recall, none of this shit was happening in his first couple years in the league. It was really just the last couple months where everything started going haywire, but it really started, like you could see the development begin in terms of his behavior. I just remember first seeing like the tweet about hollows. That was like the first indication that, you know, there was a little bit of recklessness here with Ja Morant's character, and it kind of just built up from there. I mean, if you have Twitter fingers, first of all, just not a good quality in general if you are a person that needs PR. So like anybody who's a star in the NBA, it doesn't help you if you are reactive to that sort of thing, if that gets under your skin and you have to think about that and let people know. But anyway, I'm coming in with this video to say that Ja Morant's gonna be okay. Listen, he's got the NBA working with him now. I think like this recent issue is like, it was the last straw. It really comes down to him. Is he stupid or is he just crazy? Because you can make a couple dumbass mistakes if you're stupid and you can smarten up. I don't think he's crazy. If you're crazy, you just don't care. I mean, setting your family up for generational wealth, maybe he already did that, but you can do that tenfold. You could remain in the league and get another contract. You can get more shoe contracts. You can get all your deals back by maintaining a good image that brands would like you to represent them, because surely his game is attractive enough for brands to want him to represent them. So if he's just a nut job, I don't think he is. I think the great response from the NBA, from everybody talking about him. I mean, it can't feel good to be in that position. Like I'm talking about stupid versus crazy. If you're crazy, maybe you don't care if everybody's talking about you like this. But I don't know. I really can't say what's in his mind right now, if he's just doing all this shit so he can get back. We really don't know. Like, he could just be playing their game, doing his little counseling thing. Is he gonna soak in any of this as true advice that he's going to take and apply? Who the hell knows? But this Grizzlies team has a real chance to be a powerhouse team for years, and he's a big part of that, and they don't have a chance at doing anything without him. They can maintain a decent record. They can survive this little 8-game stretch. He's not going to be with the team for 8 games. they're going to be okay, because this team is used to playing without him. They have been great in the last couple years. When he misses games, Tyus Jones does a great job filling in the role. But yeah, I mean, you're going to need him for the biggest games, and he's going to need to be his best self for sure. So listen, I think he'll be okay. I think we're going to be all right with Ja Morant. As far as my opinion, my take on the whole situation, yeah, I can't speak on exactly what the background he comes from is. I know there's a lot of dispute over the legitimacy of his background, because people say he wants to play a character. He's not really like that. I don't know where people get the idea that they can just speculate and point fingers on certain facts that they just don't know. Like, people just see an article or a picture online and jump to a million conclusions, but I digress. Let me know what you guys think about Ja. You know, I think this kind of gets swept under the rug and we don't really hear about anything bad press from him for a little while, but things go wrong. They have a bad losing streak. He gets caught on camera on a video doing something stupid. Like, it could all be over. And I don't know what the NBA, you know, are they really going to put their foot down and ban him from the league, suspend him for a year or something? That's probably what it would be if something similar to like this happens again, but we're just going to have to see. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, Ja Morant, peace out.